first three terms of the binomial expansion of 2 minus ax to the n are 64 minus 16bx plus 100bx squared. We want to find the value of each of the integers n, a, and b. So we've got 2 minus ax to the n, and that would start with 2 to the n. Then we would have n choose 1, sorry, that would be a plus, n choose 1, multiplied by 2 to the n minus 1, and then multiplied by negative ax, and then we would have n choose 2 times 2 to the n minus 2 multiplied by negative ax squared. So just looking at the first term, we've got 2 to the n equals 64, and that would tell us that n is equal to 6. So then we have 64, 2 to the 6, and then we've got 6 choose 1, multiplied by 2 to the 5, now that we know that n is 6, times negative ax, and then we have 6 choose 2, times 2 to the 4, times negative ax squared. So we've got 64, and then we have, oh, this will end up being a minus, won't it, because of the negative just here. So 6 choose 1 is just 6. So we've got 6 multiplied by 32. So that's 192. So it's going to be take away 192 ax. And then the next one will be a plus because the minus is squared. So we've got 6 choose 2. And 6 choose 2 is being multiplied by 16. It's 240. So we've got 240 a squared x squared. So we have 192a from here is equal to 16b. 192 divided by 16, let's just check. 192 divided by 16 is 12. So that gives me 12a equals b. And I'm going to call that equation 1. And then I've got, from here, 240a squared equals 100b. So let's call that one 2, although it will cancel down a fair bit. Let's actually cancel it down a fair bit before we do that. So what would go into both of those? Certainly 5 would. So 240 divided by 5 is 48. So that's 48a squared equals, sorry, that was divided by 5, wasn't it? So that would be 20b. And we could cancel those down further. So 24a squared equals 10b. And 12a squared would be 5b. Let's call that one 2. So we could sub 1 in 2, and we get 12a squared equals, so 5, so that would be 60a. So b is 12a. So we can divide by 12a squared equals 5a. So a squared minus 5a equals 0. So a minus 5 equals 0. So a equals 0 or a equals 5. Now I'm presuming that it's not going to be the 0 case, so we can say a is 5 and therefore b would be equal to 12 times 5, which is 60. I suppose it still works with a equal to 0 and b equal to 0, but it would be a trivial case.